Hey everybody, welcome to the Cross-Eyed Texan. It is time to do a shaving video because I've kind of gotten away from my bread and butter with all the fragrance reviews. I just got out of the shower, so my face prep is a good shaved face, and we are going to use one of my favorite brushes of all time, my little $15 Pure Badger that I got from Slamazon. And lately, I've been on a kick with Sterling Sheep, and you just don't hear much about this. I've reached the point to where I like unscented shaving soaps because that frees me up completely to use whatever aftershave I want, because we're using the Aqua DG from the fine folks over at well, you know where they're at. Hang on. Good Lord. It sucks getting old. Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. Good Lord. And I'm going to use these blades right here. I don't use these very much. We don't have a very good relationship. So I figured we'd give them another chance. And we're using my mainstay, the Billy Baroo, the Cadillac of my razor collection, the Game Changer 84. So let's get the blade loaded up here. I hope you guys are doing well. It's, 85 degrees here in Dallas. We're going to have a weekend of storms, they say, but it's Wednesday night for me, and it's time for me to go to my recovery meeting. It is a part church service and part small groups. As I said before, I'm a recovering alcoholic, and I say that so I can encourage people who might be watching this who are struggling with it, because there's nothing better than getting free from that stuff and finding something else that you enjoy, that you don't wake up going, hey, where'd my wallet go and what happened to my pants? I've never had that happen from a wet shave. Not once. All right, so let me get this thing loaded up and I'll shut up and we can get on shaving here. I've also changed the way I load my brush, at least with the sheep, because when the soap gets hard, it doesn't scoop as easy. And when you scoop a hard soap out into a bowl, I found that there's always a big lump of it that I've wasted, that I have to scrape out with my fingers. And while I'm not going to run out of soap anytime soon, I still don't like wasting things. So here we go. We are going to take... Now, people ask, does it have a little bit of a smell to it? And yeah, it kind of does, but it's nothing, it's not bad at all. You can tell it's not beef. You can tell it's not beef tallow. You can tell it's mutton tallow. But this stuff works so well. Next up, I want to get me some Mitchell's wool fat. So here's what we're going to do. You got the brush wet, barely shaking any water out of it. And here we go. There are still shaving soaps, shaving creams that I load from a bowl. Like back behind me, I don't know if you can see it over my head, but those tubes of Parasso and my up over here, you can't see, but I have Taylor Revolt Bond Street. Those still get bowl lathered or face lathered, but I put those on like this. Now put some more water on the brush. And I'm also trying a new microphone out today. I have a lapel mic on. I don't think you can see it, but this is going to be curious to see how this works. And if you guys are interested in matters of faith and things like that, I run another channel. I'll put a link to that down below. And if you're not, no worries. We can still hang out and have a good time. Wet that face, and let's apply. So I got me a new bass guitar. It was a gift. I had to sell all of my bass guitars, and I had three of them, and I had to sell all my amps and stuff because when I had to go get forced onto disability, You know, you gotta sell some stuff, because as much as I like playing bass, I like living indoors better. But, I ran into, I have a bonus daughter, as I like to call her. And one of her ex-boyfriends asked me how I was doing. And I told him, you know, everything that was going on. And he goes, I'd like to do something for you, Pop, because that's what they all call me. And he gave me $500 and told me to go buy a new bass guitar. So that's what I did. I haven't played bass in 5 years, so I'm working on my hand strength and coordination again to try to get back. And I'm very grateful to God, and I'm very grateful to Him for doing that for me, because that's a prayer answered. I'm 57. I've been playing bass guitar since I was 13, and I've never gone 5 years without touching a bass guitar since I was 13. So I'm pretty excited. I'm going to put a little more water on here. Now, this isn't the monster growth that I normally have, so this ought to go pretty good. Let's temper the razor. I'm going to add some more water in here into my sink. You know, I'm not happy with the amount of soap that I have on my face. So I apologize. I'm glad I caught that. I always like a lot of soap on the first pass. And I actually like a lot of soap on the second pass too. There we go. That's better. A little more water. This stuff is kind of thirsty. So we'll put a little more water on there. There we go. That's better. Let's dry off the hands, because this stuff is slick. And that's one of my favorite things about Sterling Sheep, is it is slick. And let's get after it here. You know, it's a weird thing making videos of yourself shaving, but people watch it and think, I'm probably going to be sending this video out to my men's Bible study group just because. My friend Chris referred to me as Jesus Shaves the other day. I thought that's funny. I think this stuff, it reminds me of the smell. I had a lambskin Bible. It was, the cover on it was made out of lambskin. And that's kind of what this reminds me of. I do have a fragrance coming in that I gave away to somebody before I had a chance to review it. She's a friend of mine. She said it smelled good, and it was a Dossier fragrance. It is aromatic watermelon. It's Dossier's take on Polo Blue, but I'm going to do a full-blown review of it. And I picked it up for with shipping for $22. It was $19, and I just had a coupon for Dossier, and I got $10 off of it. So the fragrance was $10, and then $10 shipping and $2 tax. Man, I wouldn't make a deal like that to my own brother. That's a good deal. Fill this sink back up a little bit. So I know I got some followers in Great Britain. I hope everything's going well for you guys. I lived over there for about 6 or 8 months with my parents back in 1989. I lived in Uxbridge. One of the last stops on the tube. The next stop over was Ruislip. And I enjoyed it. For somebody that's legally blind and can't drive, that was a whole new experience. I got to go all over the place and do all kind of things. It was a lot of fun. And I met some wonderful people there. And it was part of my life I will never forget. When I was there, I had long hair and cowboy boots, and all I had to do was open my mouth, and it was as close as I've ever been to a rock star. Doesn't taste good at all. I'm curious what the audio is going to be like with this lapel mic. So, I'm going to dry my hands off, rinse this razor off, and we're going to go against the grain. I think my boar brush works better on this than this Badger one, but I forgot to clean it out, so I didn't use it. It seems to get more soap on it. I could be crazy though. Yeah, this is a very, very slick soap. And let's flip that over. Let's rinse that out. Neck is always the worst part. I have a feeling, I'm trying not to talk while I'm shaving, because people have indicated that they actually kind of like to hear the razor going across your skin. while I'm not a huge fan of ASMR, I've also discovered I kind of like the way that sounds too. And I think that's a pretty good shave right there. Let me lean in here and try to rinse my face off a little bit. And then we are going to take the alum block from Razor Rock. This has actually gone up in price. This is now, I want to say, 10 or 11 or 11 or 12 bucks, but I still think it's worth it because it hasn't crumbled or fallen apart. I think this is going to sting a little bit. Yep. A little feedback right there. And that's these blades, the Astra Blues, I can use, but they're not as smooth as some other blades for me. And this is my little blade caddy right here. These are the blades that are in my rotation. I have quite a few. And every once in a while, I like to go revisit some blades to see if it's my technique or it's actually the blades. And I think in this case, it's actually the blades. They're not bad. They're better than I remember they were. But YMMV, your mileage may vary, means a lot when it comes to razor blades. I mean, people go on and on about feathers, but there's some people out there that can't stand them. I kind of like them. I was scared of them, though. You'd think they were like shaving with laser beams, but like any other razor blade, you can cut the snot out of yourself with them. And we're going to let that sit on there for a little bit. I'm going to try to do more content for the shaving and stuff because I've been kind of off on that. I've been focused a lot on the fragrances, but I really enjoy the fragrances. And I think all of this stuff, the fragrances, the wet shaving, the soaps, the brushes, the soaps, the bath soaps, the body washes, all that stuff goes together as far as being a gentleman. And I think being a gentleman actually starts on the inside, but it needs to translate to the outside. And there's nothing wrong with smelling good and being a man and taking care of your skin and, you know, trying to like not look like something that the cat dragged in. Which is something I used to look like when I drank all the time. I looked like 9 miles of bad road. But God has changed me from the outside, from the inside out, from the outside in. It's not how that works. And I'm probably going to be wearing Acqua di Gio Profondo today. And this is their take on an Acqua di Gio fragrance. And it actually smells pretty good. Does it smell just like it? Nope, it doesn't. But it gets you in the same ballpark. And it tightens up your skin. Man, we are so blessed to have all these products we have for wet shaving. And in 2019, I wasn't wet shaving. I was still fighting with those hairy cartridges, trying to get as many shaves out of those expensive little things as I could. And here, hiding just below the surface, was all this wet shaving stuff. And man, it is really something to enjoy. And it's as far as I'm concerned, it's a whole lot better than drinking. And it's been a big help. God has used this to help me build up some confidence. And perhaps you're in that situation too. And I would highly recommend it. It's a good thing to get into. And here's the deal though. If you still like your cartridge razors, that's fine. You can still use your cartridge razors and all this awesome soap. And brushes and things. And aftershaves and stuff. Heck, you could just buy the aftershaves and keep using everything you got. But there's a whole world of cool stuff out there. Well, like I like to say at the end of my videos, the world doesn't have a whole lot of nice people in it, seems like. And if you can't find one of those people, go out and be one of those people. Be the change you want to see. Hold the door open for somebody. Speak a kind word. Help somebody carry something. Just be a light, because that's what this dark world needs, is more lights. God bless you guys. If you like content like this, subscribe. If this video was enjoyable to you in any way, shape, form, or fashion, give me a thumbs up. And God bless you guys. Have a great day.